this thing on? I think it is. What's up, fam? Welcome back to my channel. The time has come. I'm finally going to share that banana oat muffin recipe that I have been talking about on my Instagram for weeks. I'm kind of going to do a prepare this recipe with me video. So I'm going to give you all the ingredients in the beginning, and then as I'm going along in the video, I'm going to be telling you the ingredients as I add them. And then at the end of the video, I will also post a link to where I got the recipe so you don't miss anything. The next thing that I'm going to be touching base on is Sebastian's Christmas wish list that I put on my Instagram. A couple of moms and families reached out to me and they're like, you know, I really want to send Sebastian something for Christmas. And first I was like, oh, I don't know about that. It's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel. But I feel worse ignoring people because they want to do something nice for someone else. So I just put a bunch of stuff that I think he could use, that I think he could want, put it on Amazon. I posted the list, and we, believe it or not, have had like at least 50 people send us things. It's crazy. You should see the boxes of empty Amazon boxes in our backyard. So I just kind of want to talk about that a little bit more. I want to show some of the things he got. I want to let people know that I appreciate them. I'm so grateful. I had no idea. So I just feel like some of those people deserve, they just deserve a little bit more of a thank you than just an Instagram post. So stick around to the end to see all the fun stuff that people have sent us. The first thing you're going to want to do is set your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I set mine to 385 just because I feel like our oven is a little bit more warm than other ovens. So you know your oven. If you think yours runs a little warmer, I would just take it down like 15 degrees just to prevent burning. You don't want your muffins to burn, but you want them to cook all the way through. So I would say between 385 and 400 depending on your own oven. Okay, so the first thing that I'm doing is getting my base of the muffin mix ready to go. So that is with the bananas. You can mash them up just manually by, using your hands or using something to mash them. But I prefer to put them in a blender. We have a baby bullet, obviously, for Sebastian's food. It is meant to puree fruits and vegetables. So I like to have my bananas as a starting point pureed. It just makes the batter easier. It makes things just more simple, and it's less work. Like I said, the recipe calls for 2 bananas, but I put in 3. And overripe meaning like if you saw this banana in your basket, you would be like, I would never eat that banana. This is what I'm talking about, overripe. But for a recipe, it doesn't really matter. You can't really taste it. So I'm going to put my 3 bananas in the blender. I'm going to mix it, and I'm also going to soften my butter. For the butter, it is 4 tablespoons. Yes, you heard me. It's a half a stick of butter. Sometimes I'll do like 2.5 to 3 tablespoons just if I'm trying to cut back. But you know what? You only live once. So we going to do the whole 4 tablespoons. Yes, honey. So just to give you an idea of the ingredients I'm using, and then this is my bullet blender. So I already put my bananas inside. I'm going to mix them up, and then I'm going to add the butter. So that is kind of like my base starting point for the batter. Just going to push this down and get this started. I have mixed up my 3 overripe bananas, and I'm going to add my 4 tablespoons of butter. Yes, everybody, you saw that. Now I'm going to take all of this batter here, and I'm going to put it in the biggest bowl that I have. Do not make fun of my salad bowl. It is the only one that I have that's big enough to fit everything, so bear with me. Okay, this is the consistency you want. No chunks. You want those bananas completely pureed out. So I've got my 3 bananas and my half a stick of butter all mixed up. The next thing that the recipe calls for is a cup of flour. I prefer to use wheat flour, but it's not necessary. It's just a preference. So I did a cup of flour and then a half a cup of brown sugar. It doesn't specify whether it wants you to use light brown sugar or dark brown sugar. We have light brown sugar and I've made these like multiple times and it works out fine every time. So I'm gonna mix that stuff in. I have a tip for all you first time moms and housewives. Close the lid and close the bag of your brown sugar, because if you don't do it, it's gonna be hard as rocks and you're gonna try to be making a muffin tutorial and you're gonna be over here crunching through your brown sugar. Just trying to help a sister out, you know? Okay, so when you first start kind of mixing in your flour into your bananas and your butter along with your brown sugar, which mine is really hard, so I'm trying to figure it out. And yes, I'm using a fork. I prefer to use a fork. It kind of looks like this. You're just gonna want to get in and mix all that in there until it's one big concoction. Make sure that you give it a little smell after it's all mixed. Look at that. Yes. It smells good. Like I could eat this whole. I won't, but I could. The next thing the recipe calls for is half a tablespoon of sea salt. I don't measure it. I just kind of pour a little bit in there. Same with cinnamon. It says a teaspoon of cinnamon. I just kind of give a little generous pour of the cinnamon. And to be quite honest with you, I do the same thing with vanilla extract. You just give it a good squeeze. So after I've added my salt, cinnamon, and vanilla, this is what it looks like a little bit. I'm going to mix all of that in, and then we are going to move on to baking soda and baking powder, which you need a half a tablespoon of both of those for this recipe. Corrections corner. You need a full tablespoon of the baking powder and the baking soda. I think I said a half a tablespoon, but you need a full tablespoon of both of them. Lastly, you stir in the cup of oats. This is my favorite part. I don't know why. For some reason, I just feel like the oats make this recipe come to life. Just look. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna mix this up. I guess I shouldn't say lastly, because I am gonna add some chocolate chips. You don't have to, but I am. Look at that. Yes, that's what you want it to look like. And you want it to be kind of like, it's not gonna be runny, but it needs to be in liquid form. I usually don't measure my chocolate chips, but for the sake of this video, I will, and I think I'm gonna do a half a cup of chocolate chips. Don't tell my fiance that, because he's a little health conscious. I'm trying to fatten him up. Since I had his baby and my body is not the same, I'm trying to give him some extra calories. The only thing left to do is put this beautiful creation into a muffin pan and bake these puppies. I set a timer for 17 minutes on 385 degrees Fahrenheit, and they come out beautiful. You kind of wait until the outside gets a little bit lightly brown-ish. And I usually, old school cooking tip when you're baking, I take a toothpick and I stick it in the middle of the muffin, and if it comes out dry, they're ready. Okay, my muffin mix is in the pan, ready to be baked. I'm going to show you in a second what they look like. I fill my muffin mixture at least halfway into each like pan slot. That's, you know, like I told you in the beginning, I do 3 bananas, instead of 2, because I like my bananas like I like my wine, and that's in a generous quantity. So you experienced bakers out there might look at my muffin pan and be like, girl, you are not supposed to fill it up that much, but I did it on purpose. All right, we'll see you on the flip side. Yes, honey, this is what I'm talking about. Look at how beautiful. 385 degrees for 17 minutes. Real quick here. Look at that. I don't know if you could see that. Wow. I don't know about you, but those are some good muffins. You guys, I'm sitting here in Sebastian's room, just kind of taking this all in. We had over 50 people, well over 50 people from all over the world, talking Austria, New Mexico, New York, Australia, Brazil, Japan. Someone sent something from Japan. I mean, when I say all over the world, I really mean like all over. Send Sebastian things for his first real Christmas at home. This was an idea that a couple of moms had asked of me. You know, they're like, create a wish list for him. We want to send him something. Can you please create a wish list? And I was just kind of skeptical. Not skeptical, but I don't want to be viewed a certain way, you know? I don't want to be viewed like I'm out to get free things for Sebastian, or taking advantage of you know, all of the people that we've come in contact with. So I felt a little bit kind of uncomfortable at first, but you know, I felt more weird ignoring people wanting to do something nice. So I put together a list of things that I thought Sebastian could use, things that he needed, just things that I thought were a good fit for us. And I put it on the list, and I shared the list, and I'm like, you know what? This is for those of you who have asked to send something. Please don't feel like you have to, and please don't feel bad if you can't, because I get it. But here's the list, and I'm just going to show you what came in. This is Sebastian's room. It's December 23rd. Christmas has not even hit yet. I feel like I'm almost speechless, because I didn't expect this. I never do expect this. It's just, this is crazy. I'm so grateful, and I'm so thankful, and I'm filled with a little bit of shock. I never expected this. The feeling, you know, I can't describe it, but I just want to say thank you. And this, showing you guys this stuff, this is not a, whoa, look at me and look at all of the stuff we have. This is a, whoa, look at you guys. Look what you have done. There's still good people in the world. And you guys are making Sebastian's first real Christmas at home that much more special. So I just wanted to say thank you. I can't wait to see him start using this stuff. Anytime I try out something new, or put an outfit on him, or do something special, I promise to take a video and post it and thank you. I want you to know that I'm grateful for you. You're appreciated, and I am so thankful. Did you help me open up gifts for Sebastian? Did you? Yeah? Did Santa come for you? Huh? No? What the heck? Where's Santa Claus? As always, don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my page, share, tag your friends, tag your sister, tag whoever you need to. And be out on the lookout for my next video. I'm going to be doing a post-Christmas food coma recovery juice recipe. So I'm going to be juicing, I'm going to be taking a break from all of the big meals and calories and all of those things, and we're going to be replacing a couple of meals with some juices, and just kind of get that metabolism kick-started and burn some of that food off. There is zero regret, but there is always opportunity to get back on the same page. So look out for that video. And have a Merry Christmas. Thanks, guys.